Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that wherever you are is doing good for you. It's me, it's Paul Carpenter. Hello. Today, my friends, we're talking about when it's good, it's so good. More so than that, there's this idea that when it is good, right, and you're in that state, there is no negativity. There's no amount of anybody's razzing you. Like people do it all the time, like, mess with each other, that kind of stuff. And I've come to understand, at least in my feeble understanding of things, that the reason people are doing that, specifically like when a man and a woman are doing it to each other in the beginning of meeting each other, it's a way of testing boundaries without being disrespectful or saying something that would make most conversations end quite quickly. And so the idea that I'm trying to get at is that wow. The idea that I'm trying to get across here is this: that when you're standing in yourself, and you know that where you're coming from, your intentions are pure and good, and you have good intentions and pure intentions, and you're trying to be a positive vibration for the world around you. Other people's insecurities, which are sometimes, again, they come out through projection, through jokes, is not necessarily where they're really coming from. Right? I've had a couple of conversations like this recently. Like, I like having really deep conversations. I don't like tertiary, very surface level conversations. I mean, I'll have one, but they're not my cup of tea. And that's not me trying to be disrespectful or any of that. I feel that I don't have a lot of time on earth. I feel I want to do as much as possible to be having intriguing and conversations that are, heavy because you're learning, and awe-inspiring because someone shared some knowledge or some thought with you that you were just like, man, like, oh my goodness, it's that one thing. And it happens all the time, man. I hear it all the time. People are like, and not coming from me, but just in general, somebody will get a piece of information that they didn't know, and then they're like, bro, it's so simple. Something so simple. I can't believe I was so overwhelmed with this, that, and the other, when the answer was so simple. And I go back to talking about this a lot, this overwhelmingness that we do to ourselves to keep others happy. And on some level, it's a form of responsibility. But on another level, it's a form of manipulation. And allow me, please, if you wouldn't mind, to let me express myself. It's a form of manipulation because on some level it comes from a place of guilt, right? Like, Let's just, for instance, I came from another country. I struggled to even eat, let alone get a degree and go to college. And you, son, daughter, you are expected to be a doctor, a lawyer, or this or that or the other because of my struggle that brought you here. And so then the person who is living their life, who is living their own drama, trauma, whatever, their own pain, this is now added pain. It's now added stress. It's now that manipulation on some level that people don't do on purpose, right? So the person who went through the pain, the trials, the tribulations, the issues, the whatever, have a bag of stories of pain that they carry with them. All of us do that. It's very rare that you're going to find somebody who doesn't have the bag of pain. And if they are at a transcendent level, 9 times out of 10, they appreciate the pain that they are no longer really carrying, but wearing as badges of honor. And that's powerful, kids. That's powerful. So, the idea here is that you get to a place within yourself in which you are okay with who you are. And you don't need to be anything to be okay with yourself. And let me, if you don't mind, what do I mean by that? Because a lot of people say it, but it's so hard to kind of like into your body and get it. Like, oh, you should love yourself, and just pat yourself on the back, and give yourself a hug, and yes, all of those things are real. I swear to you, if you actually take the time to like give yourself a hug, close your eyes, and like allow yourself to like rub your shoulder as if you were doing it to somebody else, or even like do this little bit on the back and like give yourself a little pat. Like, if you close your eyes and you get involved in that, it's very powerful. And so it's really this idea of connecting to the self, connecting to this part of you that cannot be manipulated. It cannot be distorted. It cannot be hurt. It cannot be made to feel bad about itself, because this thing is perfection incarnate. It is created from this divine source of whatever you want to call it, and you are a spark of this divine source. So in and of itself, just that alone, take away everything you've ever tried to learn or do in your life and rip yourself apart until you become nothing. And then in that nothingness, recognize how amazingly, beautifully, awesome, and powerful you are. By being nothing. By just being the person who's getting to experience the experience without prejudices, without any kind of stress or pain. Wow, how amazing would that be if we were able to literally take away, and I'm not being angry at my mom or my dad or my sister or my cousin or my brother or my uncle or anybody else who ever had pain in their life that projected it upon me. No, I'm not at all. If anything, I'm trying to give like a recipe to take the crap that other people have given you and turn it into badges of honor that you can wear proudly in this world. I was able to get through this type of whatever it was, and I'm now on the other side of this thing. I don't wear that as this heavy, oh God, this person did this to me in the past, and I have to carry it with me because no, because then that person's still winning. That person still has complete control in your life. That person still is in your head, and they don't fucking think about you for shit. They don't. They're on to the next destruction they're into because of the pain that they have not dealt with. Just the truth. And people do it all the time. So getting back to the conversation of like having real conversations with people. Like, yes, hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. My name's Paul. Your name's this. What do you do? I do this. We all have that conversation, right? Why? Because on some level, we're trying to place where we fit within the hierarchy of societal structures so that our egos can determine how the conversation's going to go. Instead of being interested in what someone actually has to say. Like, does the guy on the side of the street in Times Square that's homeless, that's smiling from ear to ear, he's not on drugs, and you go talk to him and you're like, bro, how can you be happy? And he's like, I'm fucking living in the fucking best fucking city in the world. I've got free television 24/7. It's a mindset. His perception might be screwed for you and me, as long as you're holding on to your prejudices, but that man's fucking happy. Probably happier than you and me. And probably because he has less than you and me. I'm just saying. But let's flip that. Because there's this responsibility thing we were talking about. And just throwing your hands up in the air and saying, I don't know what's going on. That's not going to work either, right? And leaving it to the universe to take care of you on some level, that's not going to do it either. You know what I mean? There is definitely this thing called walking the line of life. I've talked about it a million times. But the essence of this conversation, good morning, Monica. I love you. I haven't seen you in forever. I hope that you're doing well. The crux of this conversation is that if you are in your thing, and all the outside noise is pushed away by you in your mind, by what you think about, by what you eat, by how you interact with people, where your intention comes from, all of these little things. Hi, Mike, I love you. I hope you're doing good in the Philippines. All of those things matter. And so what those things do are they allow the boundaries, and I said this recently, and it's such a beautiful line. Boundaries allow you to let other people know their intentions. I'll say it again. Boundaries allow you to know other people's intentions. And I've said it in other ways before, which is fences make good neighbors. And fences make good neighbors for why? Well, because a fence tells you what I'm willing to take care of and what I want to be responsible for. And yet also that fence tells me when you cross over it that you are no longer respecting my boundaries. And that through that action, through that disrespect, I can now go, you see, this guy, he's coming at me from this angle. And so, sweet, and you cut it out. Why? Because you have the boundaries. You have those fences there for a reason. You have that mentality there for a reason. And that mentality is not one of anger. It's not one of bravado. It's a matter of sanctity. You are doing it to take care of yourself. They have this idea that, you can't take care of anyone if you don't have enough for yourself. And you just, and on one level, yes. On another level, totally no. Because the people who give from their heart, who have absolutely nothing, who are, let's say, homeless, will end up getting taken care of by that church. If a homeless guy shows up and he's like, I don't have any money, I don't have a place to live, and all I like doing is taking care of the house. Let's say, I'm pretty good at household stuff, changing light bulbs and whatever. Now, I don't have a place to live, though. I can mow the lawn. I can do this. I can do that. They'll take him in. Not because it's like, hey, we're saving money, but because somebody's willing to do something for their life. It's not just, hey, give me. What are you going to get with that? Like here in the next 5, 6, 7 years of our lives, money's going to disappear, and they're going to just start giving you a check. And then what's going to happen to your life if you don't have any direction, if you don't have any jeu de vivre? What are you going to do? Because production is dead. Production in the sense of creating and making it happen and going from idea to ideation until completion. And ChatGPT, write a book. You got it. It takes less than 4 or 5 hours to write a book on any subject that you want, in whatever tone you want, and with whatever documents that you want that will back it up. So, what's your excuse? The answer in the future is that production is not the answer. It comes down to creativity. It comes down to share, love, give, and grow. Because if you have money, if everybody has money and everybody can go out and live a life, at least a somewhat non-impoverished life, and you don't have to work to do that, you really need to start figuring out what you want to do with yourself and who you really are and what you really, really want to give to this world on a soul structure level. Because if you don't, man, the human brain does not do well with millions of choices. We're just not good at it. We're good at 5 choices and choosing one of those. And even 5 choices sometimes is overwhelming for the human brain. Let's get back to when you're in a state of awesomeness, your own awesomeness, no ego, no ideas of who or what I think I should or could not or should be or whatever, any of those things, and just standing in your own sense of self and understanding that that is beautiful. Man, there's nothing that can touch you at that point. You're literally untouchable. And that's the message I want to send out today. Take a moment to take some nice deep breaths. 3 deep breaths, right? And then I want you, while you're taking these deep breaths and you get to that last third one, in your mind's eye, when your body's relaxed and you've taken that moment, to just take a moment. Tell yourself that you're not any of the things that you're really good at. Tell yourself that you're not, for instance, and just to give you a different analogy, I'm not my hand, I'm not my nails, I'm not my eyebrows or my eyes or my nose or my mouth or my brain or my heart. There's something that is intrinsically Paul Carpenter, and Paul Carpenter is just a name that I was given. But there's something that makes this thing, this energy source, this being, intrinsically its own, comparatively to the either 8 billion some odd intrinsic souls that are here at this moment. And when you can connect to that, you can really navigate through life not having to stress or worry. And also, you have this empowering energy of love and light that is so infectious, and also it's powerful, super powerful.
So with that, my friends, I ask you, please go out into the world to do something nice for somebody else. And if you can't do something nice for yourself, it does start with you. Number 2, don't get caught up in all the crazy things because, man, it's crazy out there. And if you do, you'll end up crazy out there. And number 3, if you would not mind, please, I ask, please share, subscribe. Send this out to somebody who'd like to see it. And with that, my friends, I love you all. I will see you all on the other side. Oh, and by the way, remember, all of this is being reposted onto YouTube. So if you don't find it here, if you don't know where to go to my YouTube channel and it'll be there. And I will most likely create a playlist in which you can also just go to the playlist, click on it, and just watch from the beginning if you are so inclined to do so. Again, I love you all. I thank you all. More comments, more information, more what you want this to be about. I need more interviews. I really am enjoying the interview process. So if you know anybody who wants to be on the show, who's willing to wake up this early, because I think that that's part of it. Waking up early and being here, even if that means you're in Japan and you have to stay up late. I don't know. There's something cool about doing it live other than recording it and then putting it up. I like all the mistakes. I like all the extra BS that's out there that makes it tough. I don't know. Maybe I'm pushing myself harder than I need to wake up at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. I wake up that time anyway. So, I don't know. There's just something about the energy of being live than recording, and I don't know, something weird about it. And then also when the comments come in and whatever I'm talking about starts to become interesting and people jump in, it gives me energy. It makes me feel like I'm doing this for a reason. So, for those of you who watch this at the outs, when it's already uploaded, thank you very much. I really, truly appreciate you all. And again, I will see you all on the other side.